Hi guys, I am Syrachime and I welcome you back to another episode of Pokemon SoulSilver. In the last episode, we took on Jasmine at her gym in Olivine City and won our 6th badge, and then shortly after that we went to the Pokeathalon Dome where I attempted to actually get through there, but it did not go so well because Bloke here, well, he's not very successful. So in this episode, we're actually going to pick up where we left off after battling Jasmine and make our way over to Mahogany Town. That is a town not too far away from Ecruteak City, but you might notice from our surroundings that we're actually not in Ecruteak City. The reason being is because, well, there's actually something I totally forgot about while I was here last time, and I am in here in the Elix Forest because of this guy right here. So if you talk to this guy, he actually has a way of helping you find many Pokemon that I have not yet identified. Probably will do most of them in this episode here, but anyway, if you talk to this guy, he says, "What am I doing? I'm shaking trees using Headbutt. It's fun. Here, you should try it with your Pokemon too." So yeah, this guy is hitting his head against trees because he's a total moron. No, he's actually doing this because there are actually Pokemon in these trees. And if you teach this move to a Pokemon, that's why I got Ratman back in the party, you will be able to hit these trees and certain Pokemon will come out. Some are good, some are not. We will identify some of them as we get going. So in any way, pretty much as with any other move, we got to get rid of something to make room for it. Thankfully, this is not an HM move, but does not matter anyway, because Ratman is my HM slave / headbutter, and we're just going to give it to him because I can / will / want to. Haha! Alright, so Ratman forgot how to use Tackle, and he learned Headbutt. Alright. Alright, now with that, if you just go to trees, it'll say it's a moderate-sized tree. When Headbutt, if you click yes, you will be able to Headbutt, and Pokemon will come out. Like I said, this will be helpful for finding other Pokemon. We will find those out in just a little bit. But for now, since we have no more business here in the Elix Forest, I'm going to head back to Ecruteak City, and I will meet you guys there in just a little bit. So I'll be right back. Alright, I am back, and now that we are here, we're going to start making our way over towards Mahogany Town, which is, well, if you remember a few episodes ago, we actually had to go through this place up here, and this is where this guy gave us strength. But now instead of going over here just to get an HM, we are actually going to make some progress. So pretty much once we come here, you will see that we are at Route 42, where there are several new Pokemon we could find. I guess I should mention before I actually do this, as is the case, I actually leveled up my Pokemon a little bit just to kind of get ready for something new that is coming. You kind of want your Pokemon up to around level 29 before we do this, and you will see why closer towards the end of the episode. But anyway, as is the case, there are a few new Pokemon we could find here on this route. The first new Pokemon, while surfing, is actually a Water-type Pokemon Goldeen, found in both versions of the game pretty much while surfing. Now, Goldeen, as I'm sure we'll run into one right now, is a Pokemon that has a solid HP stat along with a pretty good special defense stat. It also has access to a pretty good attack stat, and give it time, it actually could be a fairly versatile Pokemon. Now, unfortunately, outside of those various stats, it is kind of frail physically and isn't particularly fast, and its versatility doesn't really come until later in the game, which could actually be more harmful than good. So, yeah, because of that, and there's Suicune, we're just going to ignore him for now because I've got better things to do. So anyway, yeah, I don't actually recommend Goldeen that much. Besides all that, it is a Pokemon that is horribly outclassed by a Pokemon we're actually going to be able to catch a little bit later. So, yeah, I don't recommend Goldeen. Just completely bypass it right now and don't worry about it at all. So there's actually a guy over here before I do any more bios. This guy here is actually very important. I'll go ahead and do another bio while I battle this guy, but first things first, let me demonstrate the power of the Pokemon I caught. Fine, you do that while I identify the second Pokemon we can find on this route. So as I battle this fisherman here, Mankey is the second Pokemon we could find, a fighting type found in Heart Gold only throughout all the time cycles. Now Mankey is a Pokemon that has a really good attack and speed stat. It's a Pokemon that's really solid in at least its offensive stats, and it's a really good fighting type in a game where there are so few fighting types actually available. Now unfortunately, outside of that, it is pretty frail defensively. It has a low HP, low defenses, and it's not really particularly versatile until a lot later in the game. But that doesn't mean that Mankey's a bad Pokemon. I deem it potentially usable, if you need a fighting type anyway, but there are better physical attackers out there. Alright, so this fisherman here, I actually wanted to battle him because, well, if you did not suspect, he wants our phone number, but this is a guy you actually want for a moment, or for a little bit, I'll tell you in a little bit why. So anyway, hey, you're trying to be the ultimate trainer too? Yes, I am. Well, not really. I'm actually an errand boy just getting badges, but anyway, that makes us comrades. If I find any more items by the water, I'll give you some. Just give me your phone number. You want to do this because if you want a water stone and don't want to go through the headache that is the Pokeathalon, this guy will call you on certain times, and you could actually get a free water stone for this guy. It's actually worth it if you want it. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and accept this guy. You can turn your Eevee into Vaporeon, star you into Starmie, and a few other Pokemon I can't think of at the moment. So yeah, we'll definitely hear from this guy if we need something good. Mother! Oh my gosh, it's bad enough that you're annoying me at the end of an episode, but now you're... I'm going to ignore my mother again, because I actually want to use an antidote on Bloke. I'd rather he not faint. I really need him available right now. Oh my gosh, my mother is annoying. My real life mother is amazing. My mother in this game is annoying. We'll just leave it as that for now. Okay, so we got a couple of other trainers here. I'm going to go ahead and battle them while I identify the last couple of Pokemon we could find on this route. And we got, hey, this is my secret place. Get lost, you outsider. What? This is your secret place? Yes, an open meadow which everybody travels through all the time is a secret place. If you say so. Whatever, you do battle while I identify the last Pokemon we could find. Okay, by headbutting some of the trees that are around here, you can actually find a couple of different Pokemon. The first one is Apom, a normal type Pokemon found in both versions of the game. It is worth mentioning this Pokemon only evolves when it learns the move Double Hit. So Apom is a Pokemon fully evolved that has a really good speed stat with a solid attack stat. Are you kidding me? I got poisoned twice in one battle. Anyway, it also has a solid ability with some versatility to actually match that ability. Now, unfortunately, like many of the other Pokemon that have decent stats and good speed, Apom is not very defensive. It's got poor defensive stats, a low HP stat, and the worst thing about this Pokemon is it doesn't evolve until level 32 at the earliest, when it actually does learn the move. Switch out my Pokemon here. When it does move, learn the move Double Hit. So because of the long road it takes to actually get there, I don't recommend Apom really much at all. There are a lot of better physical attackers, speedy ones, and honestly, there are a lot of better normal types out there too, if you're just being honest. So the second Pokemon we can find on this route while hitting trees is a bug fighting type Pokemon found in both versions of the game. That is Heracross. Now Heracross is a Pokemon that has really good all around. It's got some really good stat distribution with a massive attack stat, pretty respectable HP, special defense, and speed stat as well. In addition to that, this Pokemon has good, powerful versatility. It's a Pokemon that, well, I don't know how to describe it other than its stab moves are base power 120 plus stab, which is incredibly powerful. Now, unfortunately, while Heracross doesn't have a lot of drawbacks, it does have some things that do hold it back. The main thing being its physical defense isn't that high and it cannot take a lot of hits because of it. On top of that, its typing, while kind of unique, gives it a quad weakness to flying type Pokemon, which could kind of hurt you, as that type, it's not uncommon, but it's not exactly rare either. So, long story short, Heracross is a really good Pokemon all around. If you need a powerful Pokemon with very few drawbacks, this is one to go for. Just keep it away from the birds and you're good to go. Alright, that is the last Pokemon we could find on this route, and we actually could have caught, at least I know, Heracross much earlier. I cannot believe I actually missed the headbutt thing much earlier in the game. Ah, well, it is what it is. You can catch it now. I actually recommend you catch a fighting type for the gym leader we have coming up, as you will soon see in a little bit. Actually, after we actually finish this battle, we'll go ahead and leave Sakura out there right now. We actually use the experience. And hoping to actually get some Pokemon up to level 30 by the time we got here. Or at least got to the next town, but yeah, we'll make do with what we got. So anyway, there is that. Take care of one more hit, and Doug Trio is gone. I have such a fond memory of Doug Trio just because of El Blanco and Fire Red. I think fondly of it often. Alright, we beat it Hiker Benjamin. I'm just going to go ahead and get out of here and heal my Pokemon really quick, which isn't that bad because if we just go over here, we have made it to Mahogany Town. A place that is said to actually be home to many different ninjas. Alright, this buzzing thing is really getting on my nerves, so I'm going to go heal really quick, and I'll meet you guys back in just a little bit. I will be right back. Alright, now that Bloke here is no longer poisoned, we can finally look around this place a little bit. I hear I'm into Mahogany Town. Almost said Mahogany, I don't know why. Anyway, here in Mahogany Town, there really isn't a lot. You got a Pokemon Center, a gym, you got this thing right here, which, well, this looks oddly specific. I don't know what this is, but it's actually important for something that is actually up to the north. And you can't actually go anywhere to the north, because if you try, you got this jerk here who will just push us back and try to sell us stuff. Do not buy these Rage Candy Bars. They are a waste of time. So anyway, what we actually want to do is we actually want to head to the north, because there is actually something very important up there, that has to do with that house over there. So what that is, I'll tell you guys in just a little bit. But anyway, as we go up, we are heading towards, well, what this guy says. What's this? Well, apparently he's not going to tell us. Alright, so anyway, we're heading towards the Lake of Rage, and we have to get there through Route 43. Reason we're heading up there is because of something really important that, well, let's just say it's incredibly important. But as is the case, there are actually several new Pokemon we can find on this route. And as we actually battle them, or actually, well, I'm going to go ahead and do a battle while I identify a few of them. I know this is pretty bio-intensity, but we're going to do it anyway. So anyway, the first Pokemon you can find on this route, while wandering around all day, is Girafarig, a Psychic Normal-type Pokemon found in both versions of the game. Now, Girafarig is a Pokemon that is pretty respectable in its stats. It's got a respectable speed and offensive stats, and it's actually got access to a pretty unique typing. It's one of the few Psychic-type Pokemon that does not fear Ghost-type, which is pretty cool. Now, unfortunately, Girafarig is not that good outside of its speed and offenses. It's a Pokemon that's pretty frail defensively with low HP and low defenses, and there's nothing really about it that stands out other than its typing. There are a lot of better Psychic types out there, a lot of better Pokemon that are mixed potential or at least offensive and speedy. Just a lot of things that hold Girafarig back, and because of that, I actually don't recommend it all that much. Now, the second Pokemon you could find on this route, while actually headbutting the various trees around, you could find the Bug-type Pokemon Pineco, found in both versions of the game by simply headbutting, well, the trees. So Pineco is a Pokemon that fully evolved has a fantastic defensive stat and a pretty respectable attack stat. In addition to that, fully evolved, it actually gains a Steel typing, which is phenomenal. It only gives you one weakness and a ton of resistances, which is really cool. Now, unfortunately, outside of that, Pineco does have a lot of things that hold it back. It has a low special defense fully evolved and is incredibly slow, which really hurts it. And in addition to that, while its typing does only give you one weakness, it's a quad weakness to fire, which really hurts you a lot. Throw into the fact that this Pokemon doesn't really become useful until late. It pretty much evolves late and learns moves late. And, well, the best way to describe this Pokemon, it's a late bloomer. And because of that, I really don't recommend it all that much. Bloke is about to learn Crunch. That is amazing. Totally teaching that to Bloke. Anyway, Pineco's a late bloomer. Too late for me. And because of that, I really don't recommend it all that much. Alright, so we are about to learn Crunch. That is a fantastic Dark-type move. I'm going to go ahead and replace Bite with that. I will miss the flinch chance from Bite, but Bloke is so slow he cannot use it anyway, so there. Bloke has learned Crunch. Congratulations, Bloke. I am so proud of you. Defeated Camper, or whoever that was as a result. But something actually amazing happens at level 30, besides learning Crunch, and that is, what? Bloke is evolving, so finally, my Crocodile, which has been a pain to raise, is evolving into a Feraligatr. Ha ha ha. Congratulations, Bloke, you are now fully evolved. And because of it, I guess I'll go ahead and attempt something that I haven't done for a while, and that is my Australian accent. I haven't done it lately because I've been trying to practice it, and, well, this is what I've got, and I'm not going to teach Bloke agility. So, my best Australian attempt that I got. The almighty Bloke in his natural habitat. He wants him some fried chicken, he does. He wants him some fried chicken. Is it sad that it's taken me 6 months to practice that and I still don't think it's that good? Alright, well, there's my Australian attempt for the day. Give up on agility, I don't really care for that. But while I'm not going to teach Bloke agility, I am going to teach him something else. I actually went to the game corner before I came up here. play that little Voltorb thing to get this right here, Sword Dance. Remember all those times I've used Leer to lower the Pokemon's defenses? Well, I'm totally done with that. I'm just going to teach it Sword Dance to double its attack stat and be done with it. I am sick and tired of using Leer as, well, last resort. So yeah, we're getting rid of Leer and we're teaching him Sword Dance as a result. So now he has 2 moves as opposed to 1. Oh, it feels awesome. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Alright, so since he's evolved, I'm actually going to go ahead and swap my party around. I guess I'll throw out Calcifer for now. He's not going to be useful later on anyway. Okay. So from here, there's actually another Pokemon we can identify. We'll do it in a minute, but take my word on this. If you go through here, you're going to have to pay $1,000 to get to the Lake of Rage. Not worth it. If you're willing to throw up a Repel, let me actually throw up a Repel. There we go. And you have a higher level Pokemon, you can get to Lake of Rage totally free. I recommend doing this over anything else for obvious reasons. Well, you could avoid paying $1,000. Alright, so I'm going to do another battle here because there's one more Pokemon we could find on this route. And as we actually battle, I guess we'll identify that. So, by headbutting the various trees around, you can also find a Grass Psychic type Pokemon named Execute. Found in both versions of the game throughout pretty much all the time cycles. So Execute is a Pokemon that kind of has mixed potential. It's on one hand, it's a really powerful special attacker with solid HP and defensive stats. And it's a Pokemon that's very effective in the sun. Its ability Chlorophyll doubles its speed while in harsh sunlight, making it an actually pretty fast Pokemon to go along with its powerful special attack. Now, unfortunately, that is where the good news actually ends. I don't want to talk to you about stupid Clefairies. I don't... you jerk. Anyway, that's pretty much where the good news ends. Outside of that, it's got a low special defense stat, and outside of the sun, it's really not particularly fast. Along with that, its typing is not that good either. You pretty much get a quad weakness to bug-type moves with 6 other weaknesses to boot, so yeah, definitely a lot of drawbacks to using Execute. First of all, this Pokemon has no versatility. It can learn pretty good grass and psychic type moves, but that's it. It doesn't really learn anything else. And because of that, I don't recommend really Execute at all. It is potentially usable inside of the sun, but I wouldn't use it just because of the fact it's got a lot of weaknesses, and outside of the sun it's not really super effective, so yeah, it's one of those pick your poison kind of things there. Alright, so those are all the new Pokemon we can find on this particular route. We actually have one more Pokemon we could find, but I don't want to identify it just yet, because it has something to do totally with the Lake of Rage. So anyway, after we beat this guy, I'm going to go ahead and swap out. Dude, I do not want your phone number. Why on... Oh my gosh, you want my phone number to talk about Bill? Sure! Who doesn't want to talk about the guy that dresses up as a Clefairy just for the fun of it? Well, I'll tell you, I'm one of those people that don't. You're definitely going to regret it. Yeah, I don't think I will. Mother, quit it! Oh my gosh, you're annoying, you... Okay, I'm calm, deep breath. I really got to rediscover my Zen mode. I guess I should go do some more yoga from time to time. Alright, so anyway, we're going to make our way up towards the Lake of Rage. There we go. Now, if you guys don't know the story about this, apparently there's been some rumors going around that there is a wild Gyarados that's kind of roaming around here. And I guess we talk to this guy, he'll tell us what's going on. What's going on here, dude? The Gyarados are angry. It's a bad omen. Yeah, way to tell us absolutely nothing. Well, anyways, if you can actually see in your screen up there, there is actually a Gyarados that is running rampant in the Lake of Rage. But it's not just any Gyarados. You'll see that it is actually very different. It is a shining Gyarados, the most amazing thing ever. So this Pokemon here, this is the Gyarados that, well, this is the reason I have not identified Magikarp, and I've said hold out for better water flying types, better water types, because this thing right here is a beast. So going over Gyarados, as it is a catchable Pokemon, I give you one of the most phenomenal Pokemon you can catch in the entire game. This Pokemon right here. Gyarados, water flying type as I said. There's only one of these found in the game, at least a shiny anyway. And it is a Pokemon with fantastic stat distribution. Has a really good HP defense, a monstrous attack stat, respectable speed, and even though it has a low physical defense, it's got the ability Intimidate, which lowers your opponent's attack. So yeah, this Pokemon is bulky and fast, really good. In addition to that, it has a really solid move pool with options that make it incredibly dangerous. It gets access to moves like Dragon Dance, Ice Fang for coverage, just a lot of moves that really make this Pokemon phenomenal. Now, outside of its positive stats and everything else, its typing is something of a hindrance. It does give you a quad weakness to Electric in exchange for nullifying a weakness to Grass, and while you do get a ground immunity, you also gain a weakness to Rock-type moves, which could kind of hurt you more than help you. In addition to that, some of its moves that it really needs to become a very powerful, effective attacker aren't available until late in the game, so that could kind of hurt you in the long run, but don't let that deter you from using this Pokemon. In fact, Gyarados is a Pokemon I highly recommend. If you want a powerful Water-type, power physical attacker, bulky physical attacker, if you want it, Gyarados has got it. Highly recommend it. It's shiny. That's just icing on the cake right there. So yes, Gyarados here. This Pokemon truly is amazing, and as it turns out, this Pokemon, despite how cool it is not going to be the sixth member of my team. I had to think long and hard about this. I really wanted to do it, but I already have Bloke, physical attacker. I don't really need another one, so yeah, probably should have mentioned you might want to have a bunch of Ultra Balls before you actually come up here. Alternatively, if you have Dive Balls, which I think you got from Kurt, that works just as well. Alright, so with that, we've caught Gyarados. Not exactly hard to catch legendary or anything, but there it is, caught it all the same. Yes! Haha! Got a Shining Gyarados, which I will not be using. Once it appears, it goes on a rampage. It remains enraged until it demolishes everything around it. So I guess the fact that the Earth exists is the reason it gets mad. Alright, do I want to give a nickname to Gyarados? No, I will not. If I was, I'd probably call it Typhoon or something like that. But no, I will not. And it was transferred to Box 1 in Bill's PC. Alright, so with that, we have obtained the Red Scale. Fantastic. And that takes care of Gyarados. A really good... Oh, what have we here? I don't know, but I'm going to swap out my party around just in case it's something really serious. You don't have to worry. It's not really anything that bad. Come down here and actually talk to this guy. You will see that it is... What have we got here? That red Gyarados wasn't acting right. As I feared, somebody must have forced it to evolve. Excuse me, did you come here because of the wild tales? Well, actually, I came here to show everybody what was here. Haha, and I did so. You're Chime? Yes? How on earth do you know me? I'm Lance, a trainer like you. I heard some rumbling, so I came to investigate. It's amazing how I'm an errand boy and my name gets all around the world. How does that even happen? Anyway, I saw the way you battled earlier, Chime. I can tell that you're a trainer with considerable skill. It's finally glad somebody noticed, instead of just sending me on a wild errand. If you don't mind, could you help me investigate? Well, so much for not being an errand boy anymore. But since you asked, why not? Why stop my errand stuff now? I'm getting stronger because of it. Yes, I will help you. Excellent. It seems that the Lake of Rage's Magikarp are being forced to evolve. A mysterious radio broadcast coming from Mahogany is probably the cause. And that suspicious souvenir shop. I'll be waiting for you in Mahogany, Chime. Alright, you do that. I will meet you there as soon as I actually get done here, because I've actually got a couple of other things I want to do really quick, or we head back down there. And that is, well, there's actually a couple of things here around the Lake of Rage you might actually find of importance. Now, on the east side of the lake, there's actually access to some different TMs, like Secret Power and Hidden Power. Those particular TMs, I'm not going to get them. They're not really worth your time. But something that is worth your time is something that is up here, and that is right here. If you go up here and pick this up, this is the only time in a Pokemon game I've ever seen this, but you could get the fantastic, amazingly perfect item, Choice Specs. I don't know if there's another Pokemon game that lets you get this item, but if you need it, just not if you need it, get this item if you have a special attacker. Reason being, let me actually go to it and I'll show you what it does. So the Choice Specs is a move that increases the power of your special attack by 50%. The catch of this, you can only use one move at a time, but this is the choice specs. This is the thing that competitive battlers use to battle, and it's totally worth it. Sorry about the cut there, guys. Again, circumstances beyond my control, but I'm totally going to make use of this, and I highly recommend you get this if you have a special attacker, because this will make battling so much easier for you. Alright, so with that out of the way, I think we've actually done more than enough for this particular episode. We know exactly where we needed to go. I know we need to head back to Mahogany Town, but like I said, we've done more than enough for now. We made it through Route 42 to Mahogany Town, Route 43, caught ourselves a red Gyarados. I think we've done more than enough for this particular episode, so we'll go ahead and call it quits for here. And next time in my Let's Play of Pokemon SoulSilver, we are going to return to Mahogany Town and kind of check out that souvenir shop that I never really checked out and see if we can help Lance out. So until that time, I will catch you guys later.